You ever looked in a daughter room who almost grown?
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Jesus.
Just single out.
You know what's amazing? In 3 weeks, gonna see this whole episode on SVU. A kid cracking jokes.
Want to talk about that?
I didn't hear
Wait,
the question.
what? We're just gonna.
Any of the you with their kids saw you naked or something.
No.
It was an accident, but it
Almost.
happened.
Yeah, I had almost.
One day the kids walked in the room, and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
I'm in here too. How old was the little girl?
Probably about 9.
Oh, she wasn't that young.
She saw why her mama ain't charging me no rent.
She was like 3 or some shit. She was like, Mommy?
I was living with this lady, and her daughters crawled in the bed, and I ain't have on shit.
Yeah.
I was up under the cover,
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh shit." And one of her daughters was like,
rest in peace.
her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts.
Honestly, y'all, I am just so disturbed by everything that's come out. You know, we have this big issue in a lot of different Black families where there's always this creepy family member that does disgusting things to the children in the family. And unfortunately, the family always protects him. And that's something that's been plaguing the Black community for quite some time now. And you see the ramifications of this based on the type of people that will cape for and ride out for someone who makes the most disgusting, heinous comments about children, and they will ride out for him no matter what. They will defend it. They will deflect to everything under the sun, rather than hold that ninja accountable for the nasty, disgusting things that he has said about children.
And for those of y'all who think that being a man is about correcting everybody and telling them where they're wrong, you a dummy.
People like this are absolutely the scum of the earth. And I'm saying this as a woman, as a mother, as a Black woman, as a human being. People like this are the scum of the earth. People who talk so freely and casually about violating children, it leads you to ask the question, is it just so-called jokes? Are these just things this nigga is saying to get clicks and views? Is there something underneath the surface? Because usually where there's smoke, there is fire.
That little 16-year-old girl who was arguing with me, you born to lose, bitch. You're gonna lose. I can tell how you are. I'll be there when you lose, too.
Can you imagine if this nigga there like,
I'm gonna find your back page handle, and I'm gonna get at you, goddammit. When you sodomize a little boy, but it make a different sound, too. America, guess what? Guess what, America? All you dumb ass who ain't never left the hood. I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. A bitch has been on this earth 15, 16 years.
he's ready to
Well, that doesn't make it okay.
I don't understand how someone could get on these here internets and say this type of foul shit about literal children. I find it very funny that somebody like this would align themselves with a Martin Luther King Jr. or a Michael Jackson, you know, people that have actually done things.
They trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something what they do, because they did this to Michael Jackson. They did this to Martin Luther King. They did this to Malcolm X. They did this to so many people. When they ready to come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being.
Before this no-neck nigga to align himself with the likes of Michael Jackson and MLK, knowing the disgusting things that he has been caught saying out his mouth of his own volition, not even like a hot mic. This dude happily says these things about children, and he thinks it's perfectly fine to compare himself to MLK and Michael Jackson. You know what a slap in the face that is to the legacy of MLK and Michael Jackson? And y'all know I've been critical of MLK, but even with my criticisms, absolutely not. You will not align yourself with somebody like MLK when you out your own mouth say things like this about children. He has nobody to blame but himself. No accountability, Corey. I watched part of that live stream when he, I guess, addressed these PDF allegations, and there was not 1 ounce of accountability taken. It was all these people is doing this to me. They just coming after me. They just doing this to me. As if the nigga didn't say this stuff right out his own mouth. As if these aren't his own words being played back to him, being played back to the world. This is what no accountability looks like. And what's crazy to me is that a ninja like this will fix his mouth to say anything about the Black community, anything about Black women, anything about other Black men in a negative, disparaging way, trying to seem like he knows what's best for Black people and speak as though he has the answer, speak as though he knows what's better for us when he says disgusting things like this about little Black girls, about children in general. This is the problem that the Black community really needs to rectify. We really do be putting the most degenerate people at the top. And that's not to say that Corey Holcomb is some pinnacle in the Black community, because I bet you if I go up to my mom and dad and ask them, do you know who Corey Holcomb is? They'll be like, who? He's very Chitlin Circuit, if you know what I mean. We have a tendency to support people that are outright degenerates. And that makes me ask the question, what does that say about the Black community? That we put people like this on a pedestal, despite them saying nasty things like this about children, despite them being disgusting, vile human beings, but you still have people running to go sign up for a membership, running to go patronize and show love. And then we wonder why a lot of the kids are running around broken. We wonder why a lot of the Black community is just riddled with trauma, riddled with dysfunction. But see, this is what y'all platform, dysfunction.
But a lot of these women are children.
I am clarifying. I'm saying in America, you are limited to think that you gotta wait for a hoe to be 18 for it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown hoes. You'll find out. See, me personally, I would never fuck with a bitch who mind ain't developed.
Well, that's why they have an age.
But wait, let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this, D.
Do it.
Places of the world, you can grow with her. You can mold her mind or whatever y'all gonna do where y'all ain't got the influence of whack United States. Because you understand in the United States of America, a bitch will say you did something, and depending on who the bitch is, that's no.
These comments about little girls are just sickening to me. The idea that you would say that you want to grow. Oh, in other countries, they grow with the little girl. I want us to understand exactly what this nasty ninja just said. He's literally out here suggesting people do what Woody Allen did. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And that just shows how degenerate and dysfunctional his mind is. It shouldn't even be in your mindset to think about sleeping with them at any point in time because they are in the place of a child. A healthy adult sees a child as somebody that they need to nurture. They see a child as somebody they need to teach. They see a child as somebody that they need to protect, not somebody that they're gonna F in the future. Only a sick, twisted individual would see that as okay. Only a sick, twisted individual would even fix their mouth to promote that as something that's positive. And see, this is why you just don't let nobody around your kids. I will not allow anybody to make me feel bad about not wanting to leave my kids with any old body. Absolutely not. Because you have nasty ninjas like this walking the earth. And for a lot of them, it's not just talk, it's action. So how many more of these clips need to go viral before someone investigates this nigga for real? Because this is disturbing. It absolutely is. But of course, there are going to be some idiots that are going to cape for this. There's going to be some idiots and nasty degenerates that are going to try to find a way to cape for a man who says nasty, negative things about 5-year-olds, for a man who talks about little 9-year-old girls being in the bed with him while he's naked, for a nasty individual that would say something about sodomizing little boys. As much as he don't like sex play, he loves sex playing children with his words. He loves to say sexualized content about children. But don't you dare sex play me. I don't play that sex play. You don't sex play me. He is the face of no accountability. He is the face of dysfunction. And until Black people divest themselves from nasty ninjas like this, men and women alike, the community will continue to deteriorate. It absolutely will.
Places of the world, you can grow with her. You can mold her mind or whatever y'all gonna do where y'all ain't got the influence of whack United States. Because you understand in the United States of America, a bitch will say you did something, and depending on who the bitch is, that's No.
I hear you on that one, but
This is something that really irritates me. People need to understand when somebody is manipulating them. You see how he said something absolutely disgusting and degenerate and then coupled it with something that is a real plight, like men being accused of things they didn't really do? First of all, what does that have to do with the nasty thing you just said? It has nothing to do with it. But see, slow people aren't gonna pick up on that. They're just gonna hear him say, yeah, men shouldn't be accused. Women shouldn't be able to just accuse a man of anything and get away with it. And while I do agree with that point, what the hell does it have to do with that nasty shit you just said? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you are defending and caping for this ninja, understand you're the scum of the earth too. And you're the very reason why the kids are not okay. You're the very reason why the kids are not safe. You're the very reason why we need to protect our children from people like you who defend this nonsense and for nasty individuals like Corey Holcomb who say this nasty nonsense.
I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby you can have with somebody like that.
Statistics.
I said that. If you know anything about human anatomy, that's what I'm talking about. I said, in America, if a girl is 18 or under 18, then it's drama. If you put a girl under 18 in America, it's drama.
I mean, a young bitch, when you grown, I don't think that helped the community, man. I'm just keeping it real. It's some shit somebody like to say. Once young girls are in high school and their bodies are developed a certain way, it look good.
Now, I have no idea if he's acted on these words. I have no idea. There's no way for me to prove that. But another evil individual once said, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. And I find that to be true.
as a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best I'm saying.
So when Corey says that he had a lot of fun exploiting the laws in Iceland, I believe him.
Hey, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
That's a grown. The vagina been on this planet 14 years. I've said this before on the show also. Do you know if a woman 16 years old gives you a baby, that is going to be 16, 17, 18, 19. That is going to be one of the healthiest babies possible.
Well,
At that age, they've been on the planet long enough. They're in their prime developmental wise to create a life. You're taught in America something different.
Those eggs are buoyant. You could dribble them eggs. They got bounce back.
Saying in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh my God.
Right, it blows people's mind when they hear it. But in Iceland, R. Kelly is not a criminal.
He's try to get extradited.
He's a normal guy. In Iceland, I went to Iceland, and you just can't offer him money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give him nothing after you was done with him. This dude crazy.
I'm not going to Iceland. So I assume you've been to Iceland and you took advantage of the laws. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time in Iceland.
When he says his little nasty jokes about little 9-year-old girls crawling into bed with him while he's naked, I believe him. Folks are gonna ride for whoever they ride for. They'll turn a blind eye just the same way they turn a blind eye to the nasty uncle that touched the little girls in the family. And then they want to cry foul when everybody wants to go no contact, and when the family falls apart and nobody wants to be around anybody, then they'll cry foul. There is no wiggle room for PDF behavior. There is no wiggle room for PDF talking points. But I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed onto the algorithm. Also, type the video if that function is available. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I'm gonna, again, go vomit. Deuces.